I was Google's first product manager. When I started at Google, one of the most interesting and brilliant things we did is to launch Gmail. There are three main lessons. One is, and this is something that I especially learned from Larry, but he was very adamant and he always really cared about focusing on a very few things. I used to joke that his favorite word was no. 90% of the time he just said no, and then very few times he said yes. But when he said yes, you knew that was something that mattered, and everybody rallied around and tried to make that possible, whatever it was he was asking. He always asked for very uncomfortable, very difficult goals. I think that the other message from that was you cannot build a truly great company if you're only striving for a 10% or 20% improvement. We did something interesting at Google where we essentially had a very healthy disrespect of status quo. I used to bike with the lead engineer in the ad serving team, and interestingly, that engineer was not specialized in ad serving at all. One day, Sergey went to him and said, "Oh, we decided that we're going to build an ad server. Chad," his name was Chad, "you're very smart, pick 5 more engineers. You have about 6 months. And in 6 months, I want to make sure that we have a functioning ad server." And they did it. And I joke, they did it because they had no idea what they were getting into. And so they just made it happen. And if this wasn't in any other large company, they would have asked for hundreds of engineers and probably said it would take them a couple of years to build something like that. One of the rules or principles that stuck with me from my days at Google is the 10x principle, meaning that if you want to be really great at something, like if you have a startup, even at an investment firm, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're working at a company, starting a company, scaling a company, it is very important that whatever it is you do has to be 10 times better, 10 times cheaper, or 10 times faster, maybe ideally all three, than the competition, than the existing solutions.